A 14-year-old black boy named Jamal was on a flight, quietly returning home after visiting his grandmother. It was his first time flying alone, and though he was a little nervous, he behaved well, kept to himself, and spent most of the flight reading his favorite book. Suddenly, a flight attendant began eyeing him with suspicion. Jamal noticed her strange glances but tried to ignore them. A few minutes later, without any confrontation, without any clear reason or explanation, she accused him of acting strangely. Jamal, confused and scared, tried to explain, "I'm just going home, ma'am." But she didn't listen. Instead, in a shocking and violent move, she pulled out a taser and shot him in front of dozens of stunned passengers. His small body shook violently and he cried out in pain. The entire cabin froze. A woman nearby screamed, "He didn't do anything!" and pulled out her phone to start recording. Several others joined in, demanding answers as the pilot announced an emergency landing. Jamal was trembling and terrified with no idea what he had done wrong. But no one on that plane knew who was waiting for him at the airport. As soon as the plane landed, Jamal's father, Marcus, stepped forward. Calm, composed, but burning inside, he saw his son being wheeled out, weak and shaken. Marcus was not just any father. He was one of the most respected civil rights lawyers in the country. He looked straight at the police and calmly said, "You messed with the wrong child." Within hours, the video from the flight went viral, flooding social media. News outlets across the country picked it up. The airline released a weak apology, but Marcus wasn't interested in apologies. He filed a lawsuit, pushing the case into the national spotlight. The flight attendant was fired. The airline faced massive backlash, and protests began at major airports. But the story didn't end there. Months later, Jamal stood in front of thousands at a youth justice summit, sharing his story and inspiring others to speak up against injustice. The final twist? The court not only ruled in Marcus and Jamal's favor, but also forced the airline to start mandatory racial bias training for all staff. One flight changed everything for Jamal, and his father's fight brought justice not just for him, but for countless others. If you believe stories like this deserve to be heard, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful true stories. Your support helps bring light to voices that must never be silenced.